Now, I remember reading somewhere that you once were performing out at Santa Monica Pier, that's what you used to do, is go out and play on the street. Rather than be a waitress, you said, I'm going to play my sax, and I'm going to do it outside.
You know what? I was from a really small town in Florida, St. Petersburg. I moved to Boston to go to school, and then I decided, it's either New York or L.A. L.A. was warmer, so I decided to move to L.A. Hey, sometimes it's
Why
superficial.
not? Right.
I moved to L.A., and it was really hard to break in. I mean, LA has its guys that are incredible musicians, and they've got, the clubs have their guys that they hire. They've got their bands they like. It's not an easy place to break into. So it was interesting for me. I got a job as a waitress. I knew I wasn't just going to break into the music industry lickety-split, but I wasn't a very good waitress, honestly. And I didn't enjoy it. I had nightmares about forgetting people's iced teas or whatever it was. And I just thought, I didn't come out here to do this.
Right.
I came out here to be a saxophonist. I've got a degree from one of the best schools in the world for music. This is what I'm meant to do. I'm just going to go out on the street and play if no one's going to hire me. And I'll make my own. At least I'll be doing what I do. So I did. And it was funny. It would turn into being hired for different shows. It was amazing to learn how to perform in front of people that are right here and
right.
possibly crazy, walking down the street and screaming and yelling.
Oh, they're crazy.
Yeah. But, I mean, Bobby Lyle walked by one day, and that's how I got hired for Bobby's tour. He stood and watched me, and he waited till the end of the song, and he goes, I should hire you. You're really good.
Wow.
And I said, absolutely, you should hire me. And I gave him my card. Sure enough, I was on his next tour. I did his next record, and it was amazing for me to tour with him. I toured with him on and off for probably 5 or 6 years, and I still go sit in with him time to time and do something with him. But he's a phenomenal musician, and he always wanted to tell the story of he found me on the street. At first, I was a little, hesitant, like, oh, Bobby, that's, it's not my best moment, know, but I think it's kind of a badge of honor.
Now, you mentioned, touring, and you've toured internationally. I mean, you're a performer who's been to many parts of the world.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of this business? Is it the touring? Is it the writing? Is it the recording? Is it all of it? Is it one part of it that stands out for you?
I love playing live. I love it. We have such a blast. I mean, this band is, it's strong. And we just go out there and have fun every night. And we get the audience involved, and it just becomes this conversation of us and the audience. And I really thrive on that. Usually the studio is, a place for me that I want to get the song down, and I want to be creative in there, but there's not that instant gratification of, having an audience sit in front of you and play into someone and feeling what they're feeling and giving, of yourself at the same time. So the studio's fun. Traveling, I definitely make the most of travel. I mean, I'm going to be in London next week, and I'm bringing my mom. I've never brought my mom on tour, but London, she's psyched. She's so excited, and I get to show her what I've seen there. I get to show her all the cool stuff that I've seen, and then I'm going to take her to Paris for a couple days. So, we definitely get to see the world and get paid for it, and, what's better than that? I mean, it's all pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Nice life. Nice life if you can get it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you don't get a lot of sleep,
Right.
That's the part we get paid for.
Yeah,
the shows are the freebies.
Right.
Yeah.
We get paid for
the
the
lack of sleep.
We get paid for the airports and the vans and the tour buses.
It's true.
That's the part we're getting paid for. Yeah.
We always say that. It's the truth.
Now, is there a difference as a musician? Do you notice a difference when you're performing in a foreign country from the U.S. and how they receive the music and how they respond and react? The crowd's different?
There are some differences in countries. I remember the first time I played Japan, I was a little hesitant. We ended the song, and there was nothing. Usually in America, people are, hey,
clapping
woo,
Sure.
And in Japan, they were so, this was a number of years ago. They were just so proper. They didn't want to,
make noise,
interrupt
Sure.
the performance. So, we literally ended the song just, ah! Thank
Say
you.
it's okay to applaud.
Pin drop.
Right. I mean,
Insert
so
pin drop here.
I
Right,
think
right,
they
right.
know now, and they're more. They're
Yeah, it's
kind of more, woo now. But yeah, when I first started playing over in Japan, they are much more, reserved. But over in Europe, we get over there, and yeah, they're just as wild as America. We like that. We encourage our audience to dance and sing
and
along,
get crazy with you.
have fun. Yeah, we're not your father's jazz band.
Right, I read that where you said that. Now, I got an email from a listener, and they were in the Middle East. They're from Iran, and she wrote in and she asked. She is, a person who plays an instrument, and she wants to know, as a female musician, what advice you can give to other female musicians who are trying to break into the business. What have you learned that could make things a little easier, perhaps, for her and others like her?
Good for her. Go for it, I say. Tell her to go for it. We need more girls out there, and I always encourage girls. I do a lot in schools with Campbell's Labels for Education and the Grammy Foundation. We go in and talk to kids and get more involved in school music programs. But, as far as being a woman playing an instrument, I think that you do have to prove yourself a bit more. When someone walks into a concert and they don't know me from Adam, they don't know, who we are or anything. I see a lot of times, you kind of walk on stage, people are like, what do you got?
Yeah. What's this all
What's
about?
the little white girl gonna do?
Right.
And actually, my mom had someone say that while she was sitting in an audience one time. The
Wow.
girl, she said, "What is that skinny little white girl
Yeah.
doing on stage?" And by the end of the first song, she was my biggest fan. She jumped up and she was like, "You go, you skinny little white girl! Yeah, you can play!" And the whole rest of the concert, she was just wah. So my mom was very happy about that. She was a little, put off at first. But I think as a woman, you've got to go in with the thought that it is a level playing field. And I never went into any show or any gig or any situation thinking I'm a woman, not a man, or I'm white, not black, or I didn't have any kind of chip on my shoulder or any thought of weakness because of any certain thing. I just went in thinking I'm going to be myself, and I'm going to play the music that I write or that I conceive of in my head, and I'm going to go in and be me. And at a certain point, that's going to be enough, or it's not. But usually, I'd walk out and have the respect of the people in the room. So I think as a woman, you just have to go in with that attitude. Go do what you do. And it's going to be different than anyone else, no matter if they're, a woman, a man, whether they're from Japan, whether they're from Iraq, any of that. So I think this world is a small place now, and I think it really is, at the end of the day, a level playing field.
She is Mindi Abair, and the new album is called In Hi-Fi Stereo. Where can people go if they want to get a copy, if they want to check out your tour schedule? There's a website, I assume, that people can go to.
You can go to mindiabair.com, MINDIABAIR.com, and we're on Facebook, Twitter as well, and anywhere they sell records, which isn't too many places anymore, unfortunately, but anywhere they sell records, you can find my stuff. It'll be in the jazz department, and alphabetically, I win.
That's right.
So I'll be the first record you see in any jazz department. Or you could go on iTunes, just look up Mindi Abair on iTunes. That's an easy way. I buy so much through iTunes now. It's hard to get around that, Ooh, I like this artist. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you. So iTunes is always easy.